In this video, I'm going to break down the leverage growth system, okay? Our exact process that we use in online fitness coaches to get them to 10 to 20 grand a month, whether they're starting at 3 grand, 4 grand, 5 grand a month. This is the process we use to accelerate them into multi-six-figure range in under 6 months. This is for coaches who are experienced in getting results for their clients. They're not new to coaching people. But they want to go online, they want to get more clients, they want to work with more of the right client so that they can get better results and build themselves a long-term brand. It's for coaches that want to be in the top 1% of the profession and believe they should be paid like a top 1% professional. It's for coaches that actually want to run businesses. So they want to have systems, they want to have repeatable income, they want to have profit to invest in their life, houses, cars, whatever they want for the future, but also into investments, into properties, into their home, into retirement age, whatever that looks like. It's for coaches that are thinking legacy, that are thinking long-term planning. And it's for coaches that want to grow fast and maximize the potential. It's not for coaches that want to play it safe. It's not for coaches that are happy with 3 and 5 grand. Nothing wrong with it. But if that's you, this isn't for you. This is for people that want to take a bigger swing, go for bigger rewards, and have a business that can give them an incredible life. It's not for beginners or newly qualified trainers. It's not for coaches who earn under £2,000 a month. Unfortunately, if you're making less money than that, you're probably a beginner, or there's probably some bigger issues that we can't fix. It's not for coaches that aren't willing to sacrifice for the next 3 to 6 months in order to win big later on. And it's not for coaches that are scared of money, scared of success. They want to pretend that they don't want a big business. They want to pretend that they don't want more money, and they've got kind of hang-ups about that. And people that aren't ready for their life to change. This is a funnel that we install inside a business, but the outcome of that is that your life, your finances, your time freedom is massively different at the end of this process. And this process works well for busy personal trainers who've dabbled with online before. Maybe you've had 1, maybe you've had 5 online clients, maybe you've got none now, but you've had some in the past. For online coaches who want to scale, maybe you've got 5, 10, 15 clients. Maybe they're not paying you as much as you want. Maybe they are paying you as much as you want, but you don't have the system to get them at scale. Or for high performers who are qualified in something slightly different, strength and conditioning, health, wellness, life coaching, mindset, anything where you coach general population and you can get them a transformation and you get them a result with either their health, their well-being, or anything like that. This will also work for you. This system works across those niches too. So if you're ready to spend the next 6 months of your life building and optimizing a business system that will literally change your business and your life forever, this is for you. This is for you if you want to go from flying economy to flying business class. This is for you if you want to upgrade your car to the top spec. This is for you if you want a brand new apartment or a 4 or 5 bedroom house instead of a 1 and 2 bedroom. This is for the people that are looking to push themselves to a higher level, to set a higher standard, and to live at a higher standard as well. This isn't for people that are happy playing it small, that aren't really ready to push themselves and aren't ready to challenge themselves. This is for people that are ready to take that next step. So to give you a bit of background on me, this was me in 2017. I was running a successful in-person personal training business. When I say successful, I was making 3-4 grand a month and about keeping the lights on and a little bit left over. This is me after severing both my patella tendons and ending up in a wheelchair for nearly a year, unable to work, and thinking, I need something more stable and something that protects me more than working in a gym. I need something that makes money if I'm not at work, if I'm not doing sessions, if I'm not able to stand on my feet for hours on end. And that led me to building my online business. Now, I was a good coach. I've got an exercise science degree. I got lots of results with my clients. I got a postgraduate certificate in education in order to be able to impart my knowledge onto people. But I didn't know how to run a business. I didn't have a system. I just kind of posted online and I just kind of rocked up to the gym, and I always did okay. But to get to that next level, I needed to learn a system. I needed to learn a process of how to get clients and how to sell clients whenever I needed. And that led me into studying online marketing and sales. I bought all the courses, did all the programs, did all the mentorships, and I worked my fingers to the bone doing everything manually from scratch because nobody gave me a system. Everybody taught me little bits and other things, but nobody gave me an A to B process, and I built that myself. I tried, I failed, I rebuilt, and I got it right until I had a step-by-step process of how to get online coaching clients. When that all clicked and I'd done all of that work, I made 8 grand in my first month of launching. I grew it to 20k a month with just an admin assistant, and I grew it to over 40 grand a month by hiring some assistant coaches. Just to give you some receipts, these are the kind of results that I got from my clients. I don't think they're awful. And these are some screenshots off my Stripe circa February 2021. And that shows you the month before as well. So that would have been January, just to kind of give you an idea that I'm not one of those people that tells you they'll help you build a business. I've actually done it. I've got my hands dirty. I've done the thing that you want to do. And this system is built out of processes that I created to hit these kind of numbers. Now, this is just a portion of the people that I've installed this system with. I've picked people that are very, very recent. So all of these are clients that we've scaled recently. So the system's been updated. It always is. We always tweak it depending on what's working in the marketplace. So all of these guys have done incredibly well. JB, who works with men that are coming off performance enhancing drug cycles. We've got Sam and Taylor, who work with women that are going to lose 10 to 20 kilos there in Australia. We've got Sam, who helps skinny guys put on muscle. We've got Ella, who works with celiacs and helps them lose weight. James, who works with dads. Lewis, who works with high performers. We've got Brendan, who's again Australian, who actually helps Aussie blokes, which makes sense. And we've got Steph, who helps women with menopause and helps them feel more empowered. And again, all of these guys have varying levels of Instagram accounts. Some have high following, some have low following. Steph even has 465 followers. So although we like you to kind of have posted on social media before we install this process, it's something that already works, even if you've not got loads of followers. Now, there's 3 things we need to do in order to scale your business. The first thing is find the right authority angle, because without that, if you don't have the right angle, if you're not going to the market armed with the right weapons and the right message, everything's going to be harder. If you get the right angle and the right message, everything feels smooth, okay? And one of the major things that we did with all of these coaches is we found their right angle and message. You'll notice that every single one of their profiles is slightly different. It's based off their own values, their own skill sets, and the market that they want to work with. And that's one of the major things that you need to get right. You need lead flow. You need fresh, interested leads that are looking for coaching come into your profile every single day. We don't want to just be beating people to death that don't want coaching. And we need a high ticket sales funnel. We don't want to swap hours in the gym or hours at work for hours sat behind the computer. We want to get paid for our knowledge. We want to get paid for our experience. We want to get paid for our results. We don't want to get paid for our time, which is what happens when you run a low ticket process, when you don't get paid enough, when you have to charge what you think you can get as opposed to what you know you are worth. That process doesn't get any better. So we need to build something high ticket there. With this process, I'm so confident in it that we deliver a 2x ROI guarantee. Whether you take us up on that is up to you. I'm going to show you the system either way, but this is how confident I am in this process. Or we continue to work with people, tweak it and optimize it until they get it right. That's how much this works. Maybe it doesn't click straight away, but with a little bit more tweaking, with a little bit more work, everyone ends up with a process that gets them the result that they want. So the first thing is finding your authority angle. This is comprised of 3 things. It's comprised of having the right niche and market. Okay. We need to pick a group of people that you resonate with, that will resonate with you because they buy not just the message, but the messenger. So they have to look at you and think, yep, you're the person that can help me with this problem. That has to match. We have to have that fit. If we do not have that fit, even if the content's great, if they don't quite buy into you and you don't quite fit the market, it's not going to work. Now, there's lots and lots of profitable markets that are great to coach in. We sometimes just need to change your angle slightly. Sometimes with clients who've gone for a completely different market. Some clients were already in the right market and we just needed to confirm that. So it depends on what's best for you and your business, but that match is really key. Once we understand that, then we can go into the offer and the promise. What do these people actually want? Do they want to lose 30 pounds? Do they want to lose 60 pounds? Do they want to gain muscle? Do they want to get shredded? Do they just want to feel better in the clothes? What is the promise that this audience really want that they will pay for that you can deliver? And then once that's correct and we've got all that right and we're happy with that, we know that it'll work, you're super happy with it and know that you'll enjoy coaching it and it's in your skill set. Then we move on to the bio and the branding where we show that and we display that you are the go-to person for that group of people to get the result that they want. And by doing that foundational work at the start of this process, everything works better. The content works better. The ads work better. The sales are easier. The clients are more motivated when you come to coach them. It is the cornerstone of everything. And I'll show you how we do that with you later because it's way better. If you've done a weird exercise of this before where you fill in a document and then somebody goes like, yeah, it looks all right. That's not good enough here. This needs to be a proper consultation process with an expert who knows exactly what they're talking about in order to find the right one for you. The next thing is lead flow. Do not let this drawing put you off. It's actually a very simple system, and I'll walk you through it step by step. We need to make sure that you are getting fresh leads onto your profile. Too many coaches either don't have an audience at all, or they don't have an audience of the right people. And I've had people come to me with 1 million followers who can't make sales. I've also got Steph, who's got 400 followers or something like that, and makes 8 to 10 grand a month. Okay. I've got clients that have 4,000 followers who get sales every single day. I've got clients who've come to me with 300,000 followers and they're struggling to get calls booked. Okay, so this isn't about that. This is about filling your profile with buyers, with people that are looking for coaching. And that comes down to getting the authority angle right, because once we've got the authority angle right, we know exactly what lead magnets we need to put together. So what PDFs, guides, trainings we can use to get the attention of those people, and what ads to create to drive them to your profile because they want to find out more about your services. They all bleed off that. We have the templates, we know the frameworks, you know exactly what ads work. We just plug your unique authority angle into there, change some of the copy, get them filmed, get them live. We've got new people coming onto your profile every day, either asking us for a resource guide, PDF, lead magnet, or they're just coming to your profile because they've seen your ad and they want to learn more about you. Then we move into conversion content. We have a weekly plan of exactly what we need to post in order to generate leads from these people. Now, the lead ads are already leads. The follower ads come onto your profile. They see your content, they interact, they become leads. So we use that with workshops, promotions, lead magnets, email marketing. We use stories, and we will map out exactly day by day exactly what you need to post. Now, because we've already got people coming into the funnel anyway, we've already got lead ads, and we can start this from as little as £5 a day. So it's not even a big expense, and that will start to pay off in less than 14 days. So if you're worried that this is going to be super expensive, the main thing that allows us to do is go into your content with authority. Okay, we don't have to dance around on reels. We don't have to play the algorithm. We don't have to look for trends, because we're not trying to get new followers by the algorithm. We are driving highly targeted followers to the page because we use. So once that's running, that will bring people into your inbox asking for help with coaching, asking for help with training, nutrition, asking for lead magnets. Okay, and then we convert those people into our sales funnel. Once they go into the sales funnel, they then become a client. All right, and that's how lead flow works. So we're running 2 different targeted campaigns. We are optimizing our profile and optimizing our content for conversion, not for views, not for eyeballs, not for fancy algorithms and view count. That means that we are creating content to convert people into clients, not to mess around on Instagram like an influencer. So that is the lead flow process, and using that, we can just turn that up, turn that down, depending on how many leads you need. If you want to make more sales, if you want to push your business further, we turn that process up. If you need time to slow down, maybe going away on holiday, anything like that, we can turn that process down. So you have a system that you are completely in control of, where you'll never run out of leads. The final thing you need is a sales funnel. We need a predictable and simple way of converting these new leads that have come to your profile, that have engaged with your content and that have booked a call, into a new client. Now, this process works better than any other process, because if you use an automated process, maybe you've seen people say to DM people, or we don't do sales calls, we sell by a document. The problem is it takes a long time to warm those people up to get ready to buy. So you're posting content for ages and ages and ages and ages and ages. You don't need to do that here, because we have a process that actually delivers a month's worth of content within the space of a couple of hours to them. And that's why we use this sales funnel. So value call gets booked, which is a 15-minute coaching call where you're going to make sure that they are the right fit for your business, that you can help them, that they have the pain that you can solve. Okay. There's a reminder sequence that makes sure they show up to that call. This is brilliant because it means it's so easy to book calls from the leads. Okay. You can have 3, 4, 5 of these people in your diary whenever you want. Okay. You just turn the system up, you get these calls booked in, then they get 2 separate things before the consultation call. Okay. They get an objection handling document, which is a series of videos that break down the biggest objections that people would have before joining your service. That qualifies them into not giving you objections on the sales call. And then the second thing that we have is a program walkthrough that walks through your exact process of getting them results. So by the time they get onto the consultation call, they know exactly who you are, they know what you do, they know all the common misconceptions, they've handled all the objections, and they are turning up ready to have a conversation about joining your coaching program, not a conversation about whether they should do it or not. They've decided by this point. They're on the call because you're there to take the payment and get them onboarded. And that turns people into £1,000 clients every single day like clockwork. Now, those are the three processes that you need to have right. You need to have authority, you need to have proper lead flow that you can dial up and you can dial down, and you need to have a system that converts them into new clients at the price point that you want, need, and deserve. Because nobody's going to get your life changed getting £200 per client. Now here I'm going to talk about exactly how we do this with you, okay? So first of all, we consult one-to-one on your authority angle, okay? You will sit down with me or a member of my team and go through the exact business that you want to build. And we will consult with you on the best market, the best offers, the best way to show that, and the best way to position yourself. So when we're finished on that, you have a clear and powerful personal brand that you can put onto your Instagram profile and you can optimize around, which means when people come onto your profile and we drive those ads, people are going to know that you are a serious coach that delivers serious results and they are going to be willing to spend for it. The second thing we do is install our ads frameworks and set them up with you. So we drive 50 new leads daily. We can start a little bit lower. We can even start higher if you want to go really fast. It just depends on how much budget you've got to put into this process. Like I said, we start from as little as £5 a day. These are frameworks that we know that we have tested across multiple niches that work. We will sit down with you. We will customize them to your business, to your authority angle, and make sure that they're going to perform before we even load them up. And then we're going to build out the whole lead flow system with you step by step, one-to-one. Okay. So everything you need to make that process work long-term. All of the content angles you need, we'll build out the lead magnets, we'll build out the email campaigns, everything you need to make that system run smoothly, we will build out with you. So by the end of the process, you've got a top to bottom process of generating leads for your business. We'll also give you the exact sales funnel templates, examples, we'll help them customize it to you. You'll get access to our tech team that will help you set up all the web pages if you need to. Just so you're not kind of held back by any tech issues. And we're also going to coach your core skills at the highest level. So there are skills involved in setting this up. The content you will need skill for, the sales process you will need skill for, and operations you will need skill for. You will be coached at the highest level by my experts in that. So I take all the operations stuff and I do all the marketing and the content. You'll be coached on sales by Ollie, who's our sales manager. He used to work for a 9-figure fitness company. He's closed over 1.8 million in sales over the last 18 months. So you're getting coached by a team that work at the highest level on all of this stuff. And you have access to those guys every single day, including myself. You're also going to get real one-to-one, step-by-step help, okay? You're not going to get put in a group and get told to watch videos. You're not going to get told you have to turn up to the group coaching calls, although I do lots of group coaching calls and I think they're really good. You will have one-to-one on-demand help when you need it. You will get direct coaching by experts in every area. This isn't a program where you're never going to see me. You're never going to be able to ask me anything. I work hands-on with my clients. I will review people's ads. I will review people's content. Ollie will review people's sales calls. We'll go through your sales process with you, as well as having a direct one-to-one coach. You'll also get access to our top performing clients and what's working for them. So our top performing clients make anywhere from kind of 30 to 50 grand a month. We have a couple of big whale clients that make like 230, 250 grand a month. Not a lot of stuff that they do is applicable to you guys, but they will pass stuff down too. You get access to all of that. Okay, so the core community is really, really high performing, and we'll always feed back in exactly what's working right now so we can optimize this process, make sure it's working at the current time. You also get all of our templates and frameworks, okay? So everything you need, there's a template for. Everything you're unsure about, there's a framework that we can help you implement. If that sounds like something that would be useful for you and your business and you want to use that process to add 10, 15, 20 clients at £1,000 a client to your business, this is the next step of how we can help you install that. So you need to book a 15-minute call with my team. They're going to just make sure that this is the exact process to you. Because like I said, we have an ROI guarantee. We don't want to sell this to you. We don't want to implement this into your business if it's not something that we know will work for you. So we have a 15-minute call just to make sure that this is the right process, and then we can book a slightly longer call after that to talk about exactly how we're going to implement that into your business, talk about timelines, talk about pricing, and all of that. So if you want to install this in your business, you're ready to take that next step, you want something more sustainable, you want something more scalable, and you want something more professional to grow your business instead of just doing the basic tactics like every other business mentorship will show you, book a call with my team, click the link below, and I'll see you inside. And I'll be able to give you all the information you need to make the right decision. If you have any questions at all with any of this and you want to ask me on Instagram, just send me a message. I'm usually pretty good on my inbox. I can get those answered. So book a call, get the info you need. Let's get this installed.